All right, this is Jesse's first 100 IM. This is what she did with no technique or correction with us. So you can see that her head is very still, and something that we talked about today was diving that head down and helping her get her butt out onto the water, because that very flat butterfly you see on her breath, when she keeps that head that way, it makes her sink when she takes that breath.
Moving on to this backstroke, you can see on the pull phase of the stroke, her arm is really straight, almost locked all the way out. Whenever you do that, is not nearly as strong as if you bend your elbow a little bit, and you can see her shoulders are not breaking the surface. These are both common mistakes in backstroke. We work on it with all of our swimmers. And for the kick, it's a little bit of a bicycle kick. We really want to tighten up that kick a little bit with our toes pointed.
All right, moving on to breaststroke. Okay, she had pretty good solid pull out, kept her head down. Now, you can see here that her hands are diving straight down. When we teach breaststroke, we want those hands to go straight forward, and that'll help get her butt up out of the water too and get her head down. So she's snapping her kick very well, but again, just working on that hand position, head position, and helping to pop her hips like and fly.
As the day went on, we did a little drill where we leaned over the lane rope when we practiced our breaststroke pull with the lane rope under our armpits. That's something to think about whenever you're doing that breaststroke. Moving on to this freestyle. Pretty solid kick, feet are right at the surface, which is where we want it. But you can see when she takes her breath, there's a little bit of hand drop right there. She's dropping that hand down. We told the girls that we really want them to learn how to surf that hand whenever they're taking a breath on that freestyle.
All right, so this is her swimming fly after we watched some videos and did some drills. Again, you can see that she's starting to think about getting that head down and really trying to push that chest down. So that's something, but you can see that her butt's popping up, but if you watch her feet are coming apart there, and that's something that we can't do. So we just got to really do a better job of emphasizing getting those feet together and having them stay together.
Moving on to backstroke, the emphasis for today was focusing on hip rotation and shoulder rotation. And you can see here now in the backstroke, that shoulder is a lot closer to the surface of the water than it was. Arms are still a little locked out. That's something that's just going to come from practice and repetition after repetition. But overall, a big improvement on that backstroke. But we would like to see a little bit more bend, having the hand shallow and the elbow bent.
All right, moving on to breaststroke. We spent a lot of time talking on the pullout. You can see she really snapped it and was very strong through the water. So now we're talking about driving forward. You can see that her hands aren't diving down nearly as much, and she's really emphasizing that kick. But again, just really focusing on diving that head down even more than that and keeping those hands high at the surface.
Some of the things we talked about keeping the head down on breaststroke or the ear on the arm on freestyle, some of that's a flexibility issue as well. So I'd continue to develop that shoulder flexibility. Moving on to the freestyle, we talked about high elbow catch, and you can see her right there now. She's surfing the hand a little better, and she's really focusing on when she's pulling, engaging that high elbow catch. Nice solid kick, hips are at the surface, great effort on that.
All right, so now we're doing one more 100 IM. This was at the end, and this was after we watched everything, and we wanted to do it from above water to kind of give you an idea. And again, her feet are staying closer together. She made a very good correction there. And again, just keep working on diving that head down as we swim that butterfly.
Yeah, that butterfly, we gave the analogy of a seesaw, and we want to make sure by having the head go down a little bit, it's going to seesaw our hips up at the surface more. Backstroke right here, you can see you're doing a better job focusing on getting those shoulders to break the surface of the water. She's doing a good job with that right arm. Left arm's a little lagging. That's normally, kind of common to have one side stronger than the other. As we approach the wall from this back to breast transition, we'd like to see them actually increase their speed into the turn so they're able to get those knees in. Right here, she should be pulling those knees in, get over, tight streamline. I'd like to see her not separate those hands until she gets out past the flags for the breaststroke pull out. You can see her here focusing on trying to keep those elbows out front, imagining she has a lane rope under her armpits, and you can see the legs are closing and they're staying closer to the surface than they were at the beginning.
And again, when we do these kinds of things, we don't expect changes to be immediate. We want to increase awareness and that they have the knowledge base that this is something that I need to work on. And it, like we talked about earlier, it's just repetition and time. And I'm very happy with the progress. Now here at the free, Again, working on staying long. She's reaching over the top of the water pretty well. At this point, she's getting a little tired. But as you can see, and we'll just keep working on and making sure that that hand enters in correctly and doesn't cross over. But overall, we're very happy with the plumage Jesi made, and just keep working hard, Jesi. I'm sure you'll do great.